In 2006, I was playing rugby for my club side Oxford against Kaipoi in the club final. Uh, we were losing, which was pretty disappointing, but more importantly, I guess, it was when my life changed forever. Um, I tackled a player, and then as I got up to play the ball, I sort of got pinned upside down, and that's when I broke my neck. I had a C4 dislocation, um, and I guess you could say that um, everything had to go wrong for this one incident to go wrong. It was something I'd done plenty of times before, and I've seen done plenty of times since. It's just one of those things. I remember being on the field when I finally came back to, and um, I was surrounded by players, by friends, by medical staff. Didn't quite understand how serious it was. It's it's something that's very vivid in my memory, but something that um, is part of the process, I guess. The second question is, how did I feel? Um, Immediately, I felt fine. I knew things weren't quite right. They did all the tests. They asked me to move my arms. I actually thought everything was working fine, so I couldn't understand why I wasn't being allowed to get up. I obviously just wanted to play on, but um, I couldn't move anything. I couldn't even move my neck, so even now I've got a lot more movement than in the first couple of weeks. Um, it's a very different thing to understand what it means never to move your arms again, or never to walk again, or never to do certain things again. It takes a long time to actually understand that that's far different from hearing it. I remember being in the helicopter on the way to Christchurch Hospital and talking to the paramedic. I was talking about playing rugby in a couple of weeks because you I don't know, pretty whacked out, and he basically just said that I don't know, it was going to be a long process, and he'd be surprised if I gained much movement back, which at the time seemed pretty harsh, but I guess it's something that I had to hear. Um, the support that I got from Bill Spinal Unit, from friends and family, from all that was just overwhelming. It's it felt a little undeserved, but it was a massive thing to be able to, I don't know, see my friends every weekend. We had that much help that I don't know, whatever we needed was there. It, it's amazing how everything just comes together when you definitely need it. And I certainly wouldn't be here today without the support from my family and the friends, and obviously the medical staff. Bill are great at what they do, even though it's the last place you want to be. So the third question is, how did I get to where I am? Rehab is one of those things. So it's 11 years since my accident, and as I say, rehab is one of those things that um, is not linear. You go through ups and downs. You have a big swing up, a big swing down. The big change that I had was I got a bad pressure sore about 5 years into my accident. I was on bed rest for 8 months. And it really just sort of brought home the fact that, I don't know, you only get one chance at life, and you get redos. You certainly get redos, but we should make of what we can. I remember lying in bed and just thinking that it was pathetic, and that I just needed to I don't know, set myself some small goals. And in the start, they were just getting up every day for a week, and then every day for 2 weeks, and then trying to build from there. And eventually you get on an upward spiral where you're getting better and better. Fortunately, I've sort of, it also, like, that time coincided with me graduating university, which was one of the hardest times that I went through since my accident. and the initial recovery, because it was one of the goals that I'd set myself. And then the day after I graduated, it was very much a hollow feeling as of what to do next, because it's something I've obviously tried to do for a long time. Now I'm working for a accounting firm in Christchurch, a BDO. I'm part of a cool team that are very understanding, very helpful, and I'm able to do a lot of stuff that even 10 years ago would have been unthinkable. So we're getting better, and always stay positive, because things will change for the better. So finally, what we're trying to do is we're trying to drive an appeal for the New Zealand Spinal Trust. For the first time, they're running a national-wide campaign to try and raise a bit of money to help people who are like me, a bit earlier in the injury, I guess, and need a bit of help.